All right, good afternoon, guys. It's Breakout Bag Lunch. Happy February and happy Groundhog Day. Today is February 2nd, 2026, and fortunately, we are looking at the first green day on the funded Topstep account. I did end up blowing the Apex Eval on a gold trade. Like that wasn't expected, but I'm going to try again tomorrow, and which we'll talk about later on today. I was able to get this green trade just from taking one trade today, and that was on a break and retest on MES. Trading was a little tricky for me, to be honest, and that was because we were well above VWAP. So I could have waited for a retest of VWAP, but we were in such a bullish trend that it didn't seem likely that we were going to get that. Instead, once we had this opening range break, we actually had a break of a supply area, basically an area of resistance, and this area of resistance became support. And I was able to tell that it became support due to the fact that it was holding here. We weren't really going back down. If you look at the price action in the past 2 days, whenever we got to around this area, we had a sell-off, just like you saw on Friday. And just you can see here, I think this was last Thursday. So once I saw this, I guess, change in the characteristic of the price action, or I guess change in behavior, once we got to this level, that indicated to me that there was possibly room to move up further, and there was. I sold all three of the MES contracts up here at 70.13, and this was based on another supply zone that I had drawn. I have it drawn on Thinkorswim, just not here. But oof, look at that. I don't know where that giant red candle come from. Anyway, just in terms of reflection, and one thing I have to keep in mind is figuring out how to take high probability trades when all my conditions aren't met. In this case, I just took a trade based on basically support and resistance, and I didn't rely on VWAP. And I think that's okay. I just have to learn how to fix my system and use the right discretion in making these sorts of trades. I will say that I did not have the best entry here. Well, I'll start by saying that I took just two contracts at first, because this isn't really like my usual setup, but then I decided just to add one more because it looked like it was going to work out in my favor. But a better entry would have been right around here at around like the 69.91, 69.92-ish level, because this was where we had the breakout of the zone. That would have allowed me to take some more profit. I guess the reason why I took the long up here at 69.99 was because that's where we had the confirmation of an uptrend. But really, I should wait for even more of a deeper pullback. I'm taking these sorts of trades, especially considering that taking the trade after the fact that we had moved so far up from the opening range. In terms of the gold trade I took on the Apex Eval, that blew my Eval account. this was another case where, I mean, at price, it was well above VWAP. In this case, the trade did not work out quite in my favor. Okay, 34. All right. So, in the case of gold, and we had a move up higher, a bullish break of the 5-minute opening range. Then we had this little retracement, and if you draw the fib, retracement from the low to the high of the move, and you can see that we had a little bit of a bounce if you just look at the 1-minute chart. But yeah, this was an inverted hammer, this 1-minute candle here, and so this really was just pretty much a continuation of the move downward, and because of that I lost this trade. Now I think I probably should wait for more confirmation when taking trades like these, especially when we're so far above VWAP or below VWAP. But if you've noticed, I haven't been trading gold too much lately, and that's just because it's been extremely volatile, even more volatile than usual. I think that's the case with all metals, and so just to make sure I am not blowing up my account or taking on too much risk, I've kind of just been on the sidelines in terms of gold. Now, I might take one micro contract, but honestly that's about it for the time being. Again, I do not want gold to blow up my account, because if you ever traded this, you know that gold trades can get out of hand pretty quickly, and especially now considering the added volatility. I don't think there were any other trades to take, honestly. Once we get this move down, we pretty much just consolidated. Granted, the market is still open, but there doesn't look like there are really any good trades to take just based on my criteria. And I think that's all I want to talk about today. I'm feeling relieved and more confident that I finally have a green day in the books on the funded account. I'm going to try and pass some Apex accounts tomorrow, and I'll keep you updated on everything. So, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.